Jourdan, thank you so much for chatting with us. All the talk leading up to the election was about how we wouldn't know the outcome for days. Were the results last night a bit of a shock to you?
I think for a lot of Native people, it was a shock because you saw even just like in American and national media that it was going to take days, maybe in like the week after. But our editor at large, or our managing innovator and founding editor, Mark Trahan, he was the one who even said, "Oh, it's going to be early," and he's been in the game 50 years, like he knew way more. So I was kind of on the fence, but I think a lot of our community members are really shocked.
Jourdan, can you talk about what kind of support does President-elect Trump have in Indian country?
Yeah, I think a lot of this, I came into, this role or as a reporter in the middle of his administration in 2018. And even just looking then and now in his campaign this time around, he really used Senator Mark Ray Mullen as a surrogate. So Mark Ray Mullen gave an op-ed, an exclusive op-ed to us and talked about all the ways that he has supported Indian country. He gave federal recognition to 9 tribes in Virginia. He increased the IHS budget, the Indian Health Service budget. But I know a lot of online and anecdotally we're hearing from tribal leaders that, it's tribal sovereignty overall, and tribal sovereignty works both sides of the aisle.
The Republicans also took control of the Senate and could even take the House. What do you think tribal nations can expect over the next 4 years?
Oh, wow. It's a really great question. I think we've been here before. And like I said, tribal sovereignty, we work on both sides of the aisle. We have Tom Cole, who was reelected. He's the longest serving congressional member. He's a Native candidate, and he was currently the chair of Appropriations Committee. So, we have, a lot of Native people in these seats, again, like Mark Ray Mullen. So I know a lot of tribal leaders say it's going to be a really scary time, but they're willing to work through it.
And finally, Jourdan, Sharice Davids won a re-election to the U.S. House representing Kansas, but there were 178 Native American candidates running across the country. I want to ask you, is that a record, and were there others elected?
Yes, that was definitely a record. 178 candidates in this general election. So Native voters saw 178 on the November ballot. Overall, in the 2024 election, we did see 250 Indigenous candidates, which was a record. And, and that could be for a couple reasons, that more people are running for office, but also our method with advanced Native political leaderships and trying to find Native candidates is improving over the years. But yeah, Sharice Davids won, Tom Cole won for Congress, Josh Burkeen, Oklahoma also won. We're waiting on Jonathan Nez and his race against Eli Crane in Arizona. And there were some issues that we were watching last night when a lot of machines were malfunctioning. There's a lack of printed ballots. So we're waiting to see if those affected his numbers at all.
Well, Jourdan, we'll have to leave it there. We thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.